Before beginning to program, you actually need to know what all the parts are in the programming interface. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to click on Create. And that takes us to the interface where we actually create programs. This is the default interface. At the top on the left is where you entitle your program. I think I'll call this one My First Program. Any object that is on the stage, and this is the stage area here, is called a sprite. And sprites can move around, interact with each other, and interact with the background. There's a whole selection of sprites supplied by the MIT group that created Scratch. And to bring in any of these sprites, just click on it, click OK, and it shows up on the stage. The stage can be changed by adding backgrounds. I'm going to pick the Grand Canyon background. And now my cat and my butterfly are on the Grand Canyon. When you click on a sprite, you have three options that you can work with. That's the scripts, and the scripts is the actual programming. The costumes. Notice this sprite has two costumes. Moving between the costumes, it makes him look like he's walking. There's a tab for sounds. This sprite has a sound associated with him. It's the kitty cat. But what we're most interested in right now are the script tabs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 categories of scripting. And they're all color-coded. All the blues relate to motion. If I want my cat to move 10 steps, I just drag it over. If I click on it, he moves 10 steps. It's kind of hard to see, so we'll make him move 250 steps, and he should move pretty much across the stage. There we go. To get rid of a piece of code, you can just drag and drop it. Purple commands deal with the way the sprite looks. For instance, next costume, clicking on that, I'm going to move my cat back over to the left. If I click on it quickly, it'll make my cat look like he's walking. What's really happening is the costumes are changing. The butterfly, I think, also has two costumes, so if you click on next costume, it makes the butterfly look like he's flying. To get rid of a piece of code again, just drag and drop it off the screen. There's a whole selection of sounds. We can click on a sound. That's the only sound available for this one. We can also draw on the screen. And then there's the option to create variables, which is more of an advanced programming option. But it's a great tool when you want to do things like keep score in a game. Events are things that start motion or start the program running. Control are ways that you keep things happening over and over. For instance, the forever loop out of the control section. If I move the next costume, inside of there and I click on it, you can see the cat now looks like he's running in place because what's happened is, as long as the forever loop is running, it keeps switching to constant. If I want to stop it, I click on the red flag, or the red stop sign. Another nice option for Scratch is that you can create code, and then if you want to move it and keep it for later, you can put it down here in the backpack section. So anything in the backpack section is available to all the programs you write. So if you have another program, you want to use that same code, you just pull it out of your backpack section and bring it up to it. Another way to remove code is to right click on it and delete. Sensing are events that allow the sprite to react to its environment. For instance, if it's touching another sprite, notice that I can bring this touching section over, and if it's touching the butterfly, then I could tell the sprite to do something. Operators are math operators, and you'll find that, for instance, in keeping score, you might want to add 1 to a number and keep adding 1 every time you score a point. And this particular version of Scratch, the newer version, allows you to create your own blocks of code also. Again, that's more of an advanced topic. Once you've created your program, you can click on Save Now. And if you look inside My Stuff, which is your stuff, you'll see now you have your first program in there. If you want other people to be able to see it, click on Share. If you want to move it or change it so people can't see it, click on Unshare. And if you want to remove the program entirely, click on Delete, and it moves it to the trash. If you accidentally delete something, click on Put It Back, and it reappears. To see inside a program, click See Inside, and you can go back and edit the code some more. And that is the basic interface for Scratch programming.